Hi, good evening, Fatahun. It's a pleasure to have you today with us. Thank you so much for joining us today for our interview session. So, before we start, let us introduce ourselves. My name is Muhammad Lukman Baihaki, but you can call me Baihaki.
My name is Zairul Fikri bin Mumakir, but you can call me Zai.
My name is Mama Ezra, but you can call me Ezra.
And my name is Mohammed Zaiduddin, and you can call me Mr.
Okay, so today we are going to conduct an interview session for our varieties of English language project assignment. So we will before we start, can you please introduce yourself? Tell us your name, which island or city you are from in Maldives, and one fun fact about yourself.
Hello, my name is Fatun, and I'm originally from atoll called Addu, which is technically a city, so it's the most southern part of the Maldives. But then I mainly lived in like the capital city, Malé, right? So, I mean, a fun fact about me is I've moved around a lot in the Maldives, different islands, because my dad used to walk a lot, like go to different islands for work mainly.
I see. So, you're a student from Sunway University in Kuala Lumpur, right?
Yeah.
So, what major are you studying?
I'm not. I am not. I think I want to do mainly finance,
Yeah.
accounting. That's the main goal of mine.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
Okay, so I think now that we are comfortable getting to know each other, I think it's okay if we start with the questions now.
Yeah, that's right.
Okay, all right. So let's move on to the first question. So the question is, if someone visited the Maldives today, where do you think they would hear the language of English the most?
I mean, mainly thing is all Maldivians, all locals, mainly just speak the language. So like mainly like it would mainly be speaking in resorts and tourist areas, but like locally everyone like speaks the English language, so like it's their second language mainly. So mainly like everywhere. So but mainly resorts and stuff, because like that's where foreigners usually go.
Okay, I see. So when you say mainly everywhere, would it be like at schools, resorts, or any workplaces, tourist areas, social media, or in everyday conversations?
I would say a lot in schools and tourist areas a lot, because well, tourism is like one of the biggest parts of Maldives, because like tourism is one of our main sources of income. So yeah,
Yeah.
and in schools like it's studied as like a second language, and like from a young age, a lot of students mainly use English to teach. So
I see. Well, I mean, I would say that's a fact about Maldives because it's a bucket list for everyone in this world wishing to go to Maldives for their honeymoon or just for a vacation, for a family trip, I would say. So, so the next question is, when was the last time you used English and what were you doing and who were you speaking with?
I mean, I usually use English to like speak with my family. I use a mix of English and my local language, Divahik, but like mainly I talk in English. Depends on the scenario. So I was
I
mainly in the household, I would say. Yeah.
Oh, in the household, I see. So basically, with your family members, your friends, and someone like that.
Yeah.
Okay. So let's say if you suddenly couldn't use English anymore, how do you think that your daily life would change without English?
I mean, it would be really hard to like talk to people or like just generally, socialize and like, because I'm an international student. uni would be harder because like I can't read textbooks, I can't like talk to teachers, and I won't understand what I'm going to classes for. So it would be difficult in that sense. So
So it's definitely important for everyone, right?
yeah.
Okay, so now my friend will ask you the next questions.
Yeah. So the next question from us is: do you know how English became an important language in the Maldives? We love to hear what you know.
Could you repeat the question?
Do you know how English became an important language in the Maldives?
Yeah, I mean, so mainly it started because of tourism, because like in the Maldives, the tourism started around like the 1970s, and like for my atoll specifically, it's mainly because of British influence, because the British colonized like this specific part of atoll. So mainly like the British used this as like a medium of communication. So like our atoll specifically was like, under British control. So like English was like the main use of communication. So
Ah, I see. Okay, so compared to your grandparents or parents' generation, do you think young Maldivians use English more today, and why?
yeah, I mean, I would say like our generation, I'll use English a lot more than like our parents and grandparents. Most grandparents don't even know English, to be fair. I mean, mainly because of social media and like just like in schools, mainly we use English as communication as well. We only use our local language with like local subjects and like Islam only. So otherwise, we use English. So like it's quite the norm in like the modern usually.
Yeah, yeah, I agree. So for the next question is, have you ever used English to communicate with tourists or people from other countries? What was that experience like?
Yeah, I used to work as a customer service executive when I was back in the Maldives, and like I would have to greet different tourists that come in and like help them with luggage and stuff like that. And like I met Russians, Chinese, Europe, very a lot of Europeans actually do come, and yeah, I would say it's not that complicated because like a lot of people do like speak a lot of English, so it's not that hard. So and it's quite a
Mhm.
fun experience actually, meeting new people.
I'm glad you're having fun. Okay, so do you think English helps Maldivians connect with people around the world? Why or why not?
I mean, I would say it's mixed. Most people would see it like as an advantage, better jobs. You can get better jobs and better opportunities abroad. But I mean, there's the worry of older generations, like our grandparents and parents. Like for me, especially like our grandparents and parents, like a lot of people say that the local language is losing ground, especially like in writing, because like a lot of Gen Z do not like writing the local language. So I would say like that's becoming a big problem. Otherwise, I mean, I would say English is quite important.
Okay, so for the next question, we will pass it to one of the guys over there.
Alright, so moving on to the point. In your opinion, do you think that has English become more important in Maldives over the years? What do you think has happened?
Could you repeat the question again? It's quite unclear.
So, in your opinion, has English become more important in the Maldives over the years? What do you think has happened?
Yeah, I would say it's become quite important. Well, like the thing is, a lot of Gen Z usually mix Divehi and like local language and English together. So like it's quite common for us to like communicate mainly through English and like use bits of like the local language. So it's mainly English we use. So yeah, that sense.
So, will you say that, for example, social media, the internet, or even international events have influenced how people use and value English today.
Yeah, I would say that. Yeah.
So for the next question, how do people in Maldives generally feel about the growing use of English? Do most people see it as an advantage, or perhaps they are under concern whether they use it as a daily language or other local tradition?
I would say it's like some people, especially in my atoll, because we have a different dialect of the Divehi language. Like it's quite hard since like we don't have a specific guide or like a book or written of our specific dialect. It's quite hard to teach out the dialect to like younger generations and stuff, and mainly using English and like using the main dialect of Divehi makes it harder for them to like get to know other dialects and stuff. So it's I would say it's well it's affected our like the Divehi other dialects of Divehi quite a lot. I would say that, yeah.
Right. Okay, thank you, Hussein. For my question, are there any debate words or expressions that people naturally mix into English conversation? Could you share a few of them?
Yeah, I mean, usually, like, we would, let's say, especially in school, when you would ask, can you go to the bathroom? We would say, can you go fahane? Fahana means toilet, in other words. So, like, we would just use English and then use the last part as living. Or we just say stuff like, how are you? We say kihine. That's like just, how are you is kihine. Stuff like that. So, we just mix the words together. I mean, that's it.
Alright, I see. So for my next question, can you share a short example of how you and your friends might naturally mix Swahili words into an English conversation, such as slang or common expression?
Um, I mean, usually the way he slang and like there's for us, we mainly just talk in Divehi. If it's like for slang, we have specific ones for in Divehi. So like we would not mix it together mainly, but we just we would just talk in English, but we would mix that specific word together.
Okay. And then, so are there any English words or expressions that have a different meaning or are used differently in the Maldives compared to other East countries?
I would say we use sir quite a lot because like we use it way more loosely because like we would usually call like everyone sir like as a way of respect because like even people without authority we just call them sir, and then for like older people like our grandparents and stuff or like other people's grandparents we would call them auntie or uncle like in the local language we would tata or uncle. Uncle. We would just say uncle in English mainly. Yeah.
I see. So, looking ahead, what role do you think English will play in the Maldives over the next 10 years in the future?
I think English will quite grow because the tourism is quite expanding every year, and like more Maldivians will need to study, and like a lot of people move on abroad. So English is going to be it's going to be like the second language for younger generations, mainly. So
So, for my last question, if you could describe the relationship between the Maldives and the English language in just a few words, what would they be?
I would say necessary because of tourism mainly, and complicated because of the tension with like the older generations between preserving like other dialects, and then how complicated because of like the issues
Alright.
that older people have. Yeah.
Oh, I see. I think that's all for our interview session today. Do you guys have any question to ask?
No, we don't have any more questions to ask.
I think everything is good here.
All right. So I think that is the end of our interview session. Thank you, Fathul, for having us today, and we hope for your future and thank you so much, Fathul.
Yeah.
Yeah, all right.
Alright.
Thank you so
Thank you,
much,
Fatul.
everyone. Thank
Thank
you.
you.